If you have felt a strange, hollow ache in your chest your entire life, a loneliness that no amount of family, friends, or success can fill, I need you to listen very closely. You are not depressed. You are not broken. And most importantly, you are not alone. That specific feeling is actually a signal. It's a cosmic memory buried deep in your DNA, waiting to be unlocked. That night in the Garden of Gethsemane, while the other disciples slept, Jesus pulled Thomas aside and whispered a secret teaching that explains exactly why you feel like a stranger in this world. He gave Thomas the key to escape this feeling forever. And if you found this video, that key belongs to you now. By the end of this video, you won't just understand your loneliness, but you will know exactly how to use it to break free from the trap that has held humanity captive for thousands of years. If you have ever felt like you do not belong here, like this world is not your real home, like there is a part of you that remembers something you cannot name, comment the words, "I feel it," below right now. Let me know you are here. Let me know you recognize this feeling. I remember the first time I encountered these hidden texts. I didn't feel comforted. I felt disturbed, shaken, because for the first time, someone was describing the exact alienation I had tried to hide for decades. I realized that my inability to fit in wasn't a flaw in my personality. It was proof of my origin. Because what I am about to share with you is not theory. It is not speculation. Well, it is the hidden teaching that Jesus gave only to those who were ready to receive it. The chosen ones, the ones who carry the divine spark, the ones who were never meant to feel comfortable in this resin of matter. And you found this video because you are one of them. To understand why you feel this loneliness, you first need to understand where you actually come from. Not your country, not your family lineage, not even this planet. You come from somewhere far beyond the stars that your eyes can see. And the ache you carry is the echo of that origin calling you back. The ancient Gnostics knew this. They wrote about it in texts that were buried in the Egyptian desert for almost 2,000 years. Texts that the early church tried to destroy because they contained truths too dangerous for the masses. In 1945, a farmer in Nag Hammadi discovered these scrolls hidden in a clay jar. And what they revealed shattered everything we thought we knew about reality. According to these teachings, there exists a source of infinite consciousness called the monad. Pure awareness, undivided unity, the true God that no religion has ever fully described. The monad is not a being sitting on a throne. It is the ocean of light from which all genuine existence flows. And here is what changes everything. You carry a piece of that light inside. You right now. But here is the truth that was scrubbed from history. The Gnostics revealed that this material reality is not the creation of the supreme source. It is a copy, a simulation. They described a lesser entity known as the Demiurge, a blind architect who built this physical realm as a closed system. But think of it like a farm or a battery. It was designed to do one thing: trap divine sparks in dense matter and keep them cycling through endless incarnations to generate energy. You are that divine spark, and your homesickness is simply your soul realizing it is trapped in a simulation. And he did not work alone. The Demiurge created servants to help maintain his system. The Gnostics called them Archons. Think of them as cosmic prison guards. Their job is to keep you asleep, to keep you distracted, to keep you believing that this material existence is all there is. They feed on your energy, your confusion, your suffering, and most importantly, your forgetting. This is why you feel lonely. You are not lonely because something is missing in your life. Oh, you are lonely because you remember somewhere deep in your being that you do not belong here. Your soul carries the frequency of the monad. It vibrates at a level that is incompatible with this dense material realm. And every moment you spend here feels like wearing a suit made of lead. Heavy, suffocating, wrong. Right now, place your hand over the center of your chest. Feel that space. That is where your divine spark lives. That is the piece of the monad that traveled across dimensions to inhabit this body. And that spark has never stopped longing for its source. The loneliness you feel is not a weakness. It is a signal. It is your higher self whispering that this is not your home, that you were not designed for this frequency, that somewhere beyond the walls of this constructed reality, there is a place where you are fully known and fully loved and fully free. Jesus understood this completely, but he could not teach it openly. The religious authorities of his time would have had him killed even sooner than they did. So he taught in parables to the crowds and reserved the deeper mysteries for his inner circle. The Gospel of Thomas, one of the texts found at Nag Hammadi, records sayings of Jesus that never made it into the Bible. And in those sayings, he speaks directly about this loneliness. He says, "Blessed are the solitary and the chosen, for you will find the kingdom because you came from it and will return to it again." Do you hear what he is saying? The solitary, the ones who feel alone even in crowds, the ones who cannot find their tribe no matter how hard they search. Jesus is not offering them comfort. He is offering them recognition. He is saying your loneliness is proof that you came from somewhere else, and that somewhere else is exactly where you are going back. But here is the critical part they erased from every religious text. Knowing this is not enough, the Archons have created an elaborate system to make sure you never actually escape. They implant thoughts in your mind that feel like your own. Thoughts of doubt, thoughts of unworthiness, thoughts that tell you this information is crazy and you should click away right now and go back to your normal life. If you are feeling that resistance at this very moment, that is not you. That is the program trying to protect itself. The fact that you are still here, still watching, still feeling that pull in your chest means the spark inside you is stronger than their interference. And that is exactly what makes you dangerous to them. You see, most people in this world are what the Gnostics called helix. They are fully identified with matter. They believe this physical existence is all there is. They eat and sleep and work and die, and never once question the nature of their reality. The Archons have no trouble with these souls. They are already perfectly trapped. Then there are the psychics. These are people who sense there might be something more. They explore religions and philosophies. They meditate and pray, but they never quite break through. They stay stuck in the waiting room of awakening, always seeking, but never finding. The Archons can manage these souls too. They just feed them enough spiritual crumbs to keep them searching forever without actually discovering the exit. But then there are the pneumatics, and the spirit carriers, the ones who hold such a strong concentration of monad light that the prison walls start to become transparent. They can see through the illusion. They can feel the frequency of home, and no amount of distraction or doubt can fully extinguish their knowing. You are a pneumatic. That is why you feel so lonely. That is why you have never fit in. That is why every success this world offers has left you feeling empty. Your soul is too awake to be satisfied with shadows, and tonight you are going to learn why this matters more than you have ever imagined. The question you need to ask yourself right now is simple. If I am a divine spark trapped in a material prison, how do I get out? This is the question that Thomas asked Jesus in that garden. And the answer Jesus gave him has been hidden from humanity for 2,000 years. Yet, but before I reveal it to you, you need to understand why it works. Because if you do not understand the mechanism, you will dismiss it as too simple. And that dismissal is exactly what the Archons are counting on. Here is how the trap actually operates. When your physical body dies, your consciousness does not simply disappear. It releases from the dense matter and begins to rise. And in that moment of rising, you will see a light, a beautiful, warm, welcoming light. Every near-death experience describes it. Every religion talks about it. Go toward the light. They say the light is God. The light is love. The light is home. But here is the critical warning the ancient scrolls provided regarding the moment of death. We are told to instinctively move toward the bright, blinding light, to meet loved ones, to feel warmth. However, the Gnostic secret is that this blinding light is often the final mechanism of the system. It is a recycling center designed to wipe your memory. It convinces you that you have lessons left to learn, debts to pay, and karma to resolve. You agree to return. Your memory is erased, and the cycle resets. This is why you forget who you are. This is why you wake up in a new body, with that same hollow ache, wondering where home went. This is the reincarnation trap, and your loneliness is the proof that some part of you has never fully fallen for it. Some part of you keeps remembering, keeps longing, keeps refusing to feel at home in a place that was never meant to be your home. If you are feeling the weight of this right now, if something in your chest is tightening or expanding or pulsing with recognition, comment the words, "I am ready" below. Let me know you are prepared to receive what comes next. Now, let me show you what Jesus actually taught. In the Gospel of Philip, another text from the Nag Hammadi discovery, there is a passage that most scholars have completely misunderstood. It speaks of those who possess the light and describes how they will not be seen or detained when they leave this world. When they leave this world, not when they die, when they consciously exit the system. The Gnostics called this process ascending through the Archons. It means passing through each level of the false reality without being captured, without being deceived by the false light, without agreeing to return. And the key to doing this is recognition. The Archons have power over you only as long as you do not recognize what they are. The moment you see them clearly, their authority dissolves. This is why Jesus taught his disciples specific phrases to speak when confronted by these gatekeepers. Not prayers, not mantras, declarations of identity. I am a son of the Father. I am a spark of the monad. I know where I came from, and I know where I am going. You have no power over me. These are not magic words in the sense that repeating them like a parrot will automatically free you. The words only work when spoken from genuine recognition. When you actually know in the core of your being that you are not this body, that you are not this personality, that you are a fragment of infinite consciousness temporarily clothed in matter. And here is where your loneliness becomes your greatest gift. Every moment of feeling like an outsider has been preparing you for this. Every time you could not connect with people who seemed perfectly happy in their material lives. Every time you felt homesick for a place you could not name. Every time you lay awake at night, wondering why existence feels so heavy. All of it was your monad memory, keeping you from falling completely asleep. Right now, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and feel into that loneliness. Do not push it away. Do not try to fix it. Just feel it fully. That ache is not your enemy. It is your compass. It is pointing you toward home. When you die and the false light appears, you will have a choice that most souls do not even know exists. You can move toward that light and re-enter the cycle. Or you can turn away. You can look for the true light, which is not a blinding beacon but a soft, dark luminosity. Yet the light that does not call to you, or pressure you, or make you feel obligated. The light that simply is the monad, waiting in perfect stillness for its lost sparks to return. But you do not have to wait until death to begin this process. Every moment of recognition you experience while still in this body weakens the prison walls. Every time you remember what you truly are, the Archons lose a little more grip on your consciousness. Every time you feel that loneliness and understand it as monad memory instead of personal failure, you are already beginning to ascend. This is why tonight matters so much. Right now, as you are watching this, your frequency is shifting. The information you are receiving is not just intellectual. It is activating something in your energy field. You are remembering. And that remembering is the first step of your liberation. Take another deep breath right now. Feel your chest expand. Feel the spark inside you responding to these words. That response is real. That warmth or tingling or pressure you might be sensing is not imagination. It is your divine essence recognizing the truth of its own nature. The Gnostics taught that knowledge alone can save, not belief, not faith, not good works. Knowledge, direct experiential knowing of who you are and where you come from. They called this gnosis, and you are experiencing it right now. But here is what makes this different from everything else you have tried. This is not about adding something to yourself, not about becoming better or more spiritual or more enlightened. This is about subtracting, removing the false layers, dissolving the programs. You're letting go of every identity this world has convinced you is real until all that remains is the spark, pure and eternal, and finally ready to go home. So now you understand the loneliness you have carried your entire life was never a flaw. It was never something to be fixed or medicated or therapized away. It was monad memory, the ache of a divine spark, remembering its true origin. The homesickness of a soul that knows somewhere beyond thought that this world is not where it belongs. Jesus gave this teaching to Thomas that night in the garden. He gave it to Mary Magdalene in private moments the other disciples never witnessed. He gave it to every chosen one who was ready to receive it. And now it has reached you. So, tonight, we break the cycle. I want you to find a quiet moment. Place your hand over your heart and reclaim your sovereignty. Speak these words, not as a prayer, but as a command to the universe. I remember where I came from. I am not of this world. I am free. If you felt a shift in your energy while watching this, a shiver, a warmth, or a sudden clarity that was your activation, the algorithm does not want this information to spread. If you are truly one of the pneumatics, the spirit carriers, then prove it. Click subscribe and turn on notifications. Not for me, but to signal to the universe that you are awake and ready to find the others. Welcome home.